Good morning.
Morning.
Hi.
Welcome to Coffee Beanery's Sip and Share. I'm Patti.
Will.
Branson.
Okay, and today I have these gentlemen joining me today because they pretty much lost the bet.
Yeah. And we get to drink coffee. So
Yeah.
I was running around this morning trying to chase people down to join me, and literally it was like people hiding underneath their desks. Branson was one of them. I really had to pull him in. Will came in, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to go.
Hey, I'm here. I made it.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy. And then Will practiced his mouth exercises before we came in. What was it? Tip of the tongue, tip of the, what is that? What movie is that from? Does anybody know?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Doing the mouth and voice stretching.
Sure where our chat is. There's our chat. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to think if it was like Singing in the Rain or one of those old musicals. I love it. So today we are going to try some coffees. You guys know what we're doing right now for the month of March on the web?
The Coffee Madness?
You're right.
Yes.
But do you know what it is?
It's the bracket to fill out.
It is.
I filled one out, actually.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you don't know, Anchorman. Okay, so that's what we were saying. Anchorman was something.
Yes.
Is it from Anchorman? I think
Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Jennifer.
Other ones like
Morning.
We had a lot of Anchorman references right before we went live. So it's like just one of those classic shows where you just like everything Will Ferrell is in is pretty much hilarious.
Yeah.
Elf, classic. Anchorman, classic. Doesn't he do Daddy's Home and Step Brothers? Yeah, all good. And then of course he was the old school.
Yeah.
But then he did the more cowbell on Saturday Night Live, which is
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, and he like people will like say to him out on the street all the time. I just read this like more cowbell, and then he kind of gets mad about it. He's like, that's all I'm known for. I had this like illustrious career, and you guys are just caring about cowbell. Oh, nice. What did you order, Bill? I'd love to know.
Big order, so a couple things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did just have our Women's Day sale, and we came in on Monday, and we had almost 800 orders, which is kind of like Christmas time for us.
Nice.
Yeah, we were really thankful and really busy, but next Monday we have something else going on, which is St. Patrick's Day. And Deborah says, love seeing you guys back.
We're back.
The boys are back. And that will be our lucky sale. So do you guys remember what that is? The lucky sale?
40%, right? Or some people get it. It's luck.
Yep. Some people get it. Some people don't. So at 11 a.m., you have to have your carts locked and loaded. And we release the codes like right at 11. I think if you're on our VIP page, we do it just a few minutes early, which reminds me, I don't have that scheduled yet. Yeah, you said you wouldn't, but Jennifer, the next sale's coming up on Monday.
Next week.
So there's only like 100 codes for 40%, and those will be gone within 3 or 4 minutes. So you've got to pop your code in, check out right away. And again, there's no changes, no cancellations. Once your order is in, it is solidified and done. Now, you can still cancel within 30 minutes on our website, but once that code is gone, you're not going to get it back. So just keep that in mind. And then once those codes are gone, then it goes to 30%, 25, maybe 20, one of the two. Yeah. And then everybody gets 20%. So, but it is a crazy fun day for us. We'll be busy out in the web for about 3 days following the lucky sale. So again, that's Monday. We'll warn you about it on Sunday. We'll warn you 15 minutes before the sale on Monday. And then
you can have the cart preloaded.
You should.
You can have your order ready to go and be waiting.
Yeah, and have your address checked, have your, everything ready to go, because I know before we've had people like last time somebody said something jumped in her cart, which I'm like, I'm not sure how that happens, but you just have to really make sure that it's ready to go. 10 boxes of pods. Nice, Bill. Thank you. What kind of pods did you get? I didn't pack your order. Actually, Lori usually packs the pods on Monday's orders. I always pack the whole bean, so she'll probably have seen your name. But nice. So anyways, Coffee Madness. We are, like you said, we had a bracket that everybody had to fill out by February 23rd. And basically, it's pitting flavors against each other. So customers get to come in, morning Patti, they get to come in and vote every single week and pick which flavors they think are maybe either their favorites or which one is going to beat the other. Now, personally, I would vote for what you think is the best-selling flavors, because that's what's going to actually win you a prize, right?
For sure.
And
Which definitely
yeah.
is not my strategy.
Thank you,
Unfortunately for
Jennifer.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I'll just say, like we've said it a million times, right? Michigan cherry is always like our number one
100%.
selling flavor, right?
It
By
definitely makes sense.
far. But so we have 4 matchups this week. I only brought three of them in because we can only drink so much coffee without losing our minds.
Yeah.
Mind you, I did actually brew all decaf today because Patty's already had enough caffeine today.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah, if I see any of your orders, I always will put notes in there too and give you guys little hi, thank you, we love you. We love you.
That was my favorite part. I loved seeing the names repeatedly back when I used to do it and just like leaving notes.
Oh yeah, you guys loved a lot of people's names and would like you and Melissa would make like
she'd make
drawings.
cartoons,
Yeah, for
and
people.
we'd hang them up. But we had a little board, and she'd do cartoons of people, you know, and we'd put them up there.
I love that. Okay, so our first matchup today is sea salt caramel versus, or do you say caramel or caramel? What do you think is the right way to say that?
I think it just depends what the setting is.
Yeah.
Where I'm at, what kind of mood I'm in.
True.
I think both.
I want to make it sound a little more.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, now, mind you, we actually have a drink on our menu called the Cafe Caramel, right? And it is not spelled caramel. It is spelled Carmel. And that is purposefully done. Okay. And you're keeping these correct, right? Okay. So the second one is your butterscotch.
Got 1, 2.
Yeah. Okay. So keep those separate. Okay. So first you're going to try the sea salt caramel or caramel. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Yeah. And I love our decaf, Patty, because it's just so much better for you. No, chemicals, like we've said before. A lot of times we caffeinate, or other companies caffeinate using acetate
methylene chloride.
Yeah, Branson's my scientist.
Yeah, which I mean it's fine, but if you look into it, the Swiss water process is just so much better for you. I mean, it's all natural.
It's an amazing product to flavor coffee, and then a great Honduran bean that's roasted with.
Right.
Love it.
Right.
Crazy. There's only 2 facilities in North America that do it. The one we get it from is in Canada, and the other one's down in Mexico. So we actually, I mean, go through a lot of work to make sure to get that.
We do, and it's all water and carbon filters, so no chemicals in the decaf. So a lot of times people will drink decaf and say, "Oh, it's really gross." Not our decaf, obviously, and that's because you're tasting those chemicals. Because we only decaffeinate with water. Obviously, you're getting a pure taste.
And we actually get a higher decaffeination rate too versus our competitors that use the harsh chemicals to extract. And that's, amazing.
I think it's like 99.9% caffeine free compared to 93% from like people who don't use the Swiss water process method. So I know we don't tote it enough, but yeah, you're right, Patty. You can drink it all day long.
Yeah.
So since I already had a cup of breakfast blend this morning, I went and grabbed a bunch of pods that were decaf because I'm like, oof. I already talk 95 miles an hour. I don't need to talk any faster.
See, I'm crazy. I love a cup of coffee right before bed.
Okay, the 2 of you though.
I'm drinking espresso right now.
So before we taste this, let me preface this for like this one. He and I were traveling in Indiana, and he pre-brewed a bunch of espresso to take with him. And then we drove to gas stations to get hot water so he could have an Americano, but it had to be our espresso. Yeah. This one drinks espresso all day long. This one walks by my office 19 times a day with a new cup of coffee, but they are straight black drinkers. They do not drink flavored. So this coffee that we're drinking today is both flavored and sweetened. So I don't expect that they're going to love any of this just because this isn't what you love. And that's okay. Like we have something for everybody, right? We have flavored coffee. We have, yours is off to the side. His is on the table. Yeah. Okay. So first I want you to try your left hand, which is sea salt caramel. Okay. Yeah. And then let me know what you think of that.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the sea salt caramel.
Okay.
I think it's, I think it's going to go far in the bracket.
Okay.
I do.
But how will it compare to butterscotch toffee in your right hand?
Which is weird because I don't really like sea salt desserts.
Yeah.
But this is
good.
It's actually good.
Yeah. It's a solid flavor.
Annalise is one of her favorites. Shout out to Annalise.
Yeah, I don't know if she joins us or not, but yeah, I love Annalise. She's a customer who comes into our Miller Road store, and what I love about her is her her Facebook job says that she's Coffee Beanery's biggest fan. And then she really does go and like follow all of our Coffee Beanery pages. Like I love the love that you guys have for us. We appreciate that.
100%.
And if you didn't know, Branson's third generation member of the founding family. So, he thanks you for your patronage of his family's business.
What was always so funny about working at the store is people coming in and telling stories of dad and grandpa.
Yeah.
And, just they've been drinking it for 30 years. And you're like, just get all these wild stories. And now we've got Sedona in there.
Oh,
so
that's
I
right.
hope she gets a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Today.
The youngest daughter of the Shaws just started working at the store. So that should be super fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's vote. What did you guys decide was your favorite?
Sea salt caramel.
Sea salt, huh?
By a landslide.
Not
that the butterscotch is bad. It's just sea salt is my preference.
There's a flavor note at the end of the sea salt caramel that really brings the salt into it, which is weird, right? Because there's when you look at the nutrition, well, I look at the nutrition because I see the flavoring that comes in. There's no sodium. And then let's talk about the fact that there's no allergens. Like top, I think it's the top 9. They added a 9th allergen.
That's the main thing that people come in when they see at the store. They see the vanilla macadamia nut. And they're like, oh, I can't have nuts. And then you get to tell them, yes, you can. Right?
Yes, you can.
Yes,
yes, you can.
That is such a great thing about it.
So, Jennifer, that is such a great question. She said, why is it spelled caramel? And the answer here, this is the official answer here, is that no one actually knows. We have talked about this for years. And we questioned that. We're like, why is that caramel? Why is it? And we had this trainer for years and he was like, it's caramel. If you said caramel, like he would like kind of bite your head off about it a little bit. Nobody knows. And we've kind of just gone with it because it's what we've always done. So now the caramel vanilla latte flavor, it used to be cafe caramel. We changed it to caramel vanilla latte. If you go to our stores though, you can still order a cafe caramel and it's still spelled Carmel. So, and anytime you search caramel, there's a town in California. That's the only reference I have of a spelling of that. No idea. Yeah.
I guess it's trademark.
Yeah, it is trademarked actually.
So maybe caramel was harder to get the trademark for. I don't know.
So
thank you. It's 1970s.
And Deborah, guess what?
Love it.
I mean, we're coming up on our 50th year next year.
Yes.
1976 was our founding year. And so we're supposed to go and take our franchisees to Hawaii next year. We don't have it completely planned now, but Hawaii is the plan to go visit coffee farms there and celebrate our 50th year. But
since the start then, from the 70s, you've been here, from the start. That's awesome.
Every time I post a picture of one of our drinks in the store, Deborah's always like, I wish I was closer to a store. And I'm like, I'm sorry. We used to have some in Ohio, in Midway Mall, Elyria, Ohio. I think we've had some in Toledo. And those are just the ones I remember from when I started a while ago. So
you just got to move. Pack it up.
Look closer.
We'll send you a map of them all.
Yeah, you can find it on our website too. We have locations, but we also have all of our C stores. So we do license to C stores to brew some of our coffees there. And if you look at our store locator, you can find stations that brew our coffee as well. So always fun. Okay, so our next matchup is butter pecan versus Michigan cherry. Okay, and you guys picked sea salt caramel. So remember which one you picked on this one, because then at the end we can put them all up against and say who the final winner is going to be. So again, we've said Michigan cherry is our number one coffee. That and cinnamon holiday blend. Those two sell like crazy. So butter pecan in your left, Michigan cherry in your right. And same for you. Okay.
And interesting throwing the best-selling straights into that bracket. Sensing what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, they still, I think Michigan cherry.
Oh, Bill, the year you graduated high school. Yes, 50 years. Gosh, happy 50th year away from high school,
Right.
Yeah. And you, Jennifer said I used to get them in the stores when I worked in the mall. Nice. What mall, Jennifer? Do you remember which one that was? I love hearing from people who used to go to the malls and, find us. And we're still in some malls. Definitely COVID took a lot, a hit on the malls for sure. But we still are building.
And if you guys are traveling ever, the Buffalo, Atlanta, and Detroit airport, you can find a Coffee Beanery in too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Patty's on the West Coast, so Carmel. It sounds beautiful. Okay, so butter pecan on
New
the
Jersey.
left.
All right.
Thomas says yum to butter pecan. Patty's voting Michigan cherry. Okay, and I know my friend Jennifer's in New Jersey, in Cherry Hill. Very nice. I remember the Cherry Hill one. That one was still around when I came into the system, but I can't remember how long ago that was.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't think I've tried the black cherry though.
You haven't?
I don't think so.
Well, I also have cherry vanilla for us to try today too, so we could try that. Oh, so Concord and Christiana, very cool, Bill. Those were owned by a man named Pete Patel for a number of years, and Concord just closed around like right at like 2020.
Is that the one we did the RV tour to?
Yeah. We visited there. Branson and I did in 2019, and that was a fun trip.
Well, and it was an old school store. I remember they still had like the gold. It was old school, very old school.
Next year, when we do our 50th year, we should show some of our old store designs, and obviously that was one of them that had never gotten remodeled. Pecan Divinity was a flavor that we did in our Advent calendar, and so Patty really loves that one. Yeah. And then Northland Mall, yeah, okay. I don't remember that one off the top of my head, but we've been all over. And of course, we're a franchise location, right? So a lot of times, if a lease comes up, or we've had a lot of people retire too, then they just choose to close the store, which is a bummer. We're always sad when that happens. Okay, so first we're trying butter pecan. You guys tried it already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Butter pecan.
Butter pecan. Oh
no. Yeah, see, it happens.
Okay, it happens. Okay, thanks, Brands.
Okay.
Butter pecan, one of my favorites of all time. Absolutely love it. We're just sitting here with a mess of coffee.
Yeah, I definitely like the butter pecan.
Me too.
Sure.
Me too.
It's a great coffee.
Well, clearly, you didn't like that one.
Okay. And then we have our Michigan cherry, which, again, #1 coffee of maybe all time. Do you know, Branson, which one sells more? Is it Michigan cherry or cinnamon holiday blend at that time of year?
Oh,
that time of year. Oh, so I'm gonna guess CHB.
Yeah, that's.
But it's hard to know just because of Amazon.
Yeah.
But just purely because so many of you love it and will buy like 20, 30 at a time.
Yeah.
That
I know it is hard to say.
And we obviously do the 3-pound.
Yeah.
CHB. And
we do it Michigan cherry now too.
Yeah. But the 3-pound flies off, so it's hard to actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look and run through those numbers because I'm curious.
Jennifer, sadly, I too avoid the malls like the plague.
They're not what they used to.
No. No. I'm an avid online shopper, and to me, I know I'm part of the problem, but for me, if it can arrive to my doorstep and I don't have to interact with people, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Macy's is malls, it's really tough.
Yeah, it sure is. Okay, and did you guys try the Michigan cherry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
And what you pick as your winner of the two?
I'm a butter pecan fan. For me,
I agree. I prefer the butter pecan hand over
but
fist.
I get the Michigan cherry thing.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, it is our #1 selling flavor, but it's just none of our preference, which is always interesting, right? Out of 3 people,
that's why I think I'm
going
to lose my bracket because I went more preference versus what I know is probably the consensus.
Now, in the warehouse, we have the coffee lined up from bestseller to like least popular. So I voted that way, or I made my bracket that way.
Yeah.
But obviously I can't win. So I think I will win though. But
well, I didn't do it this year, but I did it last year. And I remember a lot of the new flavors because we've obviously brought out quite a few new flavors.
Yeah, we have.
And I remember being like shocked at how well white chocolate strawberry did.
Yes.
And a lot of those new flavors are really
for sure.
Really popular.
Yes,
which
that's
is awesome.
True. Okay. Caramel vanilla is your first one. Okay. I know we have so many cups trying to keep them straight. Yeah. And then this is your cherry vanilla. And I shouldn't even have to tell you what it is, right? Because you should be able to tell when you try it. There's a marked difference, we'll say. A marked difference. And did you guys say you've tried the cherry vanilla or you haven't had it yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have tried the cherry vanilla.
So that's a newer flavor for us. We introduced that full time last year, I believe. And I introduced that along with apricot cake and peanut butter chocolate.
Yeah. Peanut butter chocolate.
Yeah, they've all done
Chocolate
good.
peanut butter cup?
Yes.
Chocolate peanut butter
Yes,
cup.
thank you. Yes, yes. Okay, so caramel vanilla first. That's a classic.
Classic.
It's a classic. We've been drinking that coffee for so many years. It's just nostalgic. Okay, and then cherry vanilla. And Deborah says, yay.
I actually like the cherry vanilla.
How do you like it compared to Michigan cherry?
I would prefer the cherry vanilla for sure. I think that's actually pretty decent.
I should have brought in the black cherry too, so you guys could try all three of them next to each other to see what you thought.
Next time.
Next time. Yeah, we'll do a cherry face-off.
Do all the new flavors.
Yeah.
I really haven't tried chocolate peanut butter cup. I haven't tried a
apricot.
lot.
Okay.
No,
nice.
never tried the apricot.
Nice. Well, and for two guys who don't really drink flavored coffee, like you know, and of course I sweetened it too, which again, you know, they're black coffee drinkers.
More augmented.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and that's what we always say, right? When we meet with the flavoring companies, they say that 85% of flavored coffee drinkers add cream and sugar to it. So then that's how we always R&D it as well when we are trying it, our research and development.
When I really drank most of the flavored coffees when I was in the store, just to make sure they were, you know, good and brewed right and tasted good. So since I've been out of the store, all those flavors have come out. So I haven't had a reason to swap away from the beanery.
Don't try it just for the heck of it. We've been brewing some of our R&D flavors that we're working on for our October box up front. And that's been interesting to get people's feedback on too, because it's a wacky flavor box kind of.
I don't know. Can I say I know one had honey in it, and some people were so split on I like honey, I don't like honey.
I didn't realize how many people hated honey. I love honey.
Yeah, me too. I love honey.
Yeah,
But that one had cinnamon in it, right?
Yeah,
and I didn't like. I'm not a cinnamon guy in my coffee, so
which is funny because your mom and sister don't like cinnamon either. So it kind of makes me wonder if some of those flavor preferences are almost hereditary. I don't know if there's ever been like a study on it, like if like you hate it, your mom hates it, kind of thing.
I mean, that would make sense though. Your taste buds. I mean,
yeah. But is that one of our hereditary things? Like, you know, when they say like if your ears are attached or not attached, hitchhiker's thumb, if you can curl your tongue. Do you know about these?
No. I don't know what a hitchhiker's thumb is.
It's like when your thumb goes like way back, like yeah. So like Will kind of has like a hitchhiker's thumb. Yeah.
Wait, yours doesn't go back? It's only
well, like his is like way back.
Straight thumbs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, and then like, can you curl your tongue? Okay, you can like triple it. Can you?
Nah, I can't. I don't know.
Good morning, Charles. Welcome.
Charles, all right.
Can you wiggle your ear though?
No, but I do have attached lobes. And I know that's always like, do you have attached or unattached lobes? Okay, so which one did you prefer out of the caramel vanilla latte versus cherry vanilla?
Caramel vanilla. I love the way our caramel tastes.
Okay,
I do.
Okay,
same, but I gotta give props. The cherry vanilla was good, but I'm going with caramel vanilla.
Okay,
was good, but I'm gonna go with that.
So I'm gonna say unanimously, we've decided that what sea salt, right, and then butter pecan, and then you guys liked which one of the third?
Caramel vanilla.
Caramel vanilla. Okay, and then out of all three of those, so you guys picked milder flavors that you liked more, because I'm gonna say like the Michigan cherry and cherry vanilla are more flavor intense, right? So out of all three of those that you liked the best, what was your absolute favorite?
For me, it was the sea salt caramel.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree there actually.
Okay.
Which is funny. We probably just have similar tastes. We love espresso.
Well, I wonder if you like that best because you are straight coffee drinkers and they're just it's more you know, a milder flavor.
Yeah.
I like butter pecan. Butter pecan is like my one of my very favorite flavors. And again, there's no nut allergen in it, no dairy in it, no ice cream, anything like that. All of our coffees are kosher. So there's no dairy, no anything that you can't have. So, but you know, we did have somebody reach out. She's doing a food map diet. So she was asking if some of our flavors have real chocolate in them, because I know we've talked before about using natural and artificial flavoring.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we do it. There is an article about it that goes more into depth that is on our site if you want to read it. But just the long and short version of it is that natural flavors are, you know, a raspberry sitting in a field, right? You don't really know kind of what happened to it in the field. Sure. Whereas if it's artificially created, you kind of do know what happened to it. It's more of a controlled, it's more shelf stable, whereas the natural flavor might degrade. So, And they're not as bad as people seem to think they are. A lot of people kind of freak out like, oh, artificial. And I get it. I definitely have gone down that path as well. But after I visited the flavoring company and kind of got their, information, I was like, okay, we just need to be more informed about it. That makes sense.
So obviously, because if it were real chocolate, it won't be dairy free then, right?
Well, okay, so yes, because it's just cacao, right? So that would be your real chocolate, not that necessarily there's dairy mixed into it. You can get chocolate that is like, 95%, cacao, which is like that intense dark chocolate, and that's what you're tasting in it. So there is no dairy in that. We used to have 2 flavors that had dairy, which were creme brulee and our Sinful Sundae / now it's called our Mackinac Island fudge. But we've recently gotten no dairy in those flavors. So there is no dairy in any of our flavorings. And they're all vegan. Someone asked that too, but there's no animal byproducts or anything like that. Obviously, I'm our flavor person. So yeah, we know all that.
And kosher.
Yes. Oh, okay. Figure out how Steamboat Willie. So do you guys, our
I was wondering.
Okay, Steamboat Willie is the theme for coffee of the month. Steamboat Willie was Mickey Mouse when he first came out.
Oh, okay.
We can use him now because he's in the public domain. It's been more than 100 years since he entered the public eye, and so now it's up for grab. Yeah, that's why you'll see us do like Wizard of Oz, right? Because we can use it without paying. Yeah. We're a small family company. We can't afford Harry Potter licensing fees as much as we'd like to.
Maybe one day, right?
We'd really like to, but we really can't. So yeah, and I'll tell you what, Bill, the flavors coming up with the flavors for Steamboat Willie were really, really, really hard. There's different characters, and then you kind of just go like, here's a flavor that goes with it. And they're all new flavors.
What are some of them?
Well, I can't tell you the flavors yet.
Oh, it's a secret.
Yeah, I can tell you after the live.
Okay.
I'm glad you said that because I almost said 2 of them earlier. I didn't think about it. To me, they're already done.
So they start shipping on the 15th, which is what? That's Saturday. So they'll probably some of them might go in the mail like late this week if we can get it done. Our person who usually puts together the subs have been out, but we've got somebody else helping out with those. So we'll see if we can get those out. But yeah, they ship around the 15th of the month. So if you place your order by the 15th, you will get this box. And then after the 15th, like if you ordered on the 16th, you would get the April box. And we have not released the theme for that one yet either. So
I'll say this month's probably going to be really good.
I think so.
Those flavors sounded really tasty.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm excited to try all of them again. Because again, we do the R&D, a year or more in advance, and then we don't usually try them again until they come back up. And then it's like, oh yeah, cool. Let's try these again.
I know there was one that as a non-flavored drinker that was like, that one's probably good.
I'm gonna make you try them now. I'm gonna make sure that I bring them to you guys when we R&D and see what you think. All right,
yeah.
All right, we'll do that. Okay, so Coffee Madness, you can vote every week. The brackets are done, so unfortunately those had to be filled up by February 23rd, but you can still go in and vote for your favorites. And okay, so we told you kind of like what we thought like the best ones were, right? But you can go in and vote differently and completely skew the results. So, vote how you feel, or you could vote what you think is the most popular.
Vote for your bracket.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the one I voted for.
What is everybody's flavored coffee? Just while we're sitting here, what is yours?
My favorite?
Yeah. What is yours out of all of them?
So I probably like the caramel pecan pie. I can't pick this one though. Creme brulee, French toast.
Okay.
Those are like my diehard favorites. And then when I worked in the store, I really liked making shots of espresso with butter rum and making it into a caramel latte. I haven't done that in years.
Yeah.
But it's so good to do a shot of espresso with a flavored coffee. Yeah. I loved it. Oh, and cinnamon holiday blend is espresso. Yeah. Don't get me excited.
Wow.
Yeah. Always fun. What about you guys?
Wine coconut.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. It's
that's our number 2 coffee on the shelf.
Coconut's just a good flavor. It's an easy flavor to drink.
Absolutely.
And we used to actually have real coconut in it, which is interesting because, we had real nuts in our Swiss mocha almond coffee. And then we're like, oh, holy allergen, that needs to come out.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, I think for me, it's the toasted almond.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love the way it smells when you grind that. It's just, to me,
I'm going to tell you
Can't
something that you're never going to unsmell now when you smell toasted almond. I smell peanut butter when I grind it.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. It's
Yeah.
it's probably the one flavored coffee that I could actually have
Yeah.
a fresh brew cup of and with a smile on my face.
So, and then there's flavors that from all of us have worked in a store, right?
Mhm.
And then like there was a customer who loves that flavor. So then I always think of that customer and that flavor, like Anita, your neighbor. She always would come in, get toasted almond. So when I brew toasted almond, I think of Anita and how much she liked that flavor. So it's like the nostalgia of it.
I love the almond smell. Like even like
Yeah.
the malls back in the day, the Johnny almonds.
Oh
sampling
yeah,
in the
those
kiosks,
cinnamon toasted almonds.
yes.
We did a cinnamon toasted almond flavor
Oh,
in one of our boxes. Yeah.
That's
So we did
wonderful.
a take me out to the ball game box, and that one had the cinnamon almonds because you can get those at the ball field.
Yeah.
I think we had a popcorn in it, maybe, and that one had a bubble gum and maybe root beer. And people just rioted against the bubblegum flavor. Like, we're not even going to try it. We hate it so much. I'm like, all right, fair.
I remember the one weird one I always got asked for at the store was like the orange cream soda.
Oh,
or whatever,
yeah.
or orange soda.
Yeah.
People,
orange dreamsicle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They would come in and ask for that at least a dozen times a year. And I'd be, at first, I had no clue what they were talking about.
Yeah.
And I'd have to be like, and so finally I came and asked, and they're like, oh, yeah, we did this thing.
Yeah.
And
that was the first like limited time. This is before we did coffee of the month boxes. We decided to do just like a fun like release of 4 soda pop shop flavors. I think it was 4, maybe it was 3. And it was root beer, brown cow, which is like cola and chocolate, the orange dreamsicle, and I think it was it a strawberry milkshake or something like that? I think it was those 4 flavors. So that's funny. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, Hawaiian coconut is the only one you haven't liked. That's interesting. But yeah, I guess if you don't like coconut, it's not going to be for you.
yeah.
Jennifer with the bananas. You're lucky you didn't get banned. Yeah, I'm surprised too. I remember, Bill, the first time I tried banana nut bread, I was just like, I really was like against him. Like, I don't even like bananas. I don't want to try this. And I was like, oh my God, this is actually really good. I love that. Oh, nice. Gosh, Jennifer, you must have been with us for a while too to remember the soda flavors. It was a long time ago.
Jennifer said she's been here as long as Deborah.
Really?
Yeah, she said it up
I
earlier.
missed that.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
You guys are great for us. Thank you. We appreciate how long everybody's been here for us and with us, you know.
For sure.
And it's funny because we'll talk about you guys too. Like, hey, you know, we should do toasted marshmallow because Deborah really likes it, you know.
See, Deborah knows. She
Yeah.
knows her stuff.
Yes.
It used to be, we finally got it, so it was one combined flavor, so we don't have to mix and match anymore.
Oh, the flavors.
Yeah. She said it used to be cinnamon supreme. It used to be.
You do know.
Yeah.
You do know the secret.
Yeah, she's got that inside.
So people would come to the store in March and they'd want cinnamon holiday blend, and we'd be like, well, you can't have it, but if you mix these 2 flavors, that's basically what it is. So you do know, which, you know, I'll just say it was cinnamon supreme, which is not cinnamon spice, and toasted almond. But we did since regulate it, so it's just one flavoring together, because mixing 2 flavors is actually pretty expensive for us to do.
And it's just more consistent now.
That's interesting you said. So it's we actually have a lot of customers come in our store and they'll buy 2 flavors and mix them at home.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Well, some people caught on to, you know, our ice fudge ripple, and they know that we mix 2 of our flavors together. So we have a customer actually comes in and he'll buy the blueberry cobbler and French toast.
Yeah.
And he makes blueberry French toast.
That sounds good.
So, you know, it's interesting.
We should do that flavor. That sounds so good.
It's interesting. Yeah. So, I mean, there's definitely combos to be had within our flavors.
Yeah.
Like, no question about it.
100
million%.
I was thinking about that actually.
Banana
I was
French toast.
yeah. I was packing up
Dutch
orders the
French
other
toast.
day,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of people who buy chocolate and hazelnut, like a Nutella type flavor, which obviously we can't use for brand licensing. But a lot of people do that flavor too. So fun. What was that?
97. Nice.
Oh, nice. 2005, Jennifer. That's awesome.
Okay.
1997 were your mall days. Nice. 2005 is my middle child's age. Almost 20. I know.
Hang out for hours.
The malls used to be so fun. Like, you know, your parents would drop you off and you'd go wander the stores for a while.
Yeah.
See, I'm too young, I guess, because
you didn't do that?
No, nobody ever did that.
Yeah.
So you could go to the arcade, you go to the food court,
yeah.
you walk around.
We're a little older. How old are you though?
I'm 29. I was born in 95.
Okay. Born in 95, this child. And you know, you'll see these like they'll do videos, so interview like Gen Xers and like, what's old to you? Like anybody born in the 90s, 80s, you're almost dead. I'm like, thank you very much, sir. You know.
Have a good week, Bill.
Bye, Bill.
Enjoy your pods.
Yeah, mixing flavors is the best way to do it too. So, are there any of these flavors that you would mix to see how they taste?
These ones, I don't know. They're all pretty unique flavors. The sea salt caramel is probably good with another flavor.
Everything, yeah. Probably be really good with like the chocolate too.
Yeah, I was about to say I would mix the chocolate.
Yeah.
Or I would do the chocolate and coconut, but we kind of already have that with the Cocoa Moco Nut Delight.
So we discontinued that one, but we have German chocolate, which is a very similar profile. So
yeah, for sure.
When people are like, "Oh, I wish you just had that," I'm like, "Just try the German chocolate. You'll like it just as much."
Or even like a bag of the dark chocolate almond and vanilla macadamia nut made together.
Yeah.
I mean, we
excellent.
All know,
Yeah, it's
when
good.
we do the caramel apple, mixing that with chocolate. There's probably
that sounds interesting. In the store, if you make the caramel apple into a cafe caramel, that is divine.
What are the 2 best sellers?
The 2 best sellers on the shelf are Michigan cherry and Hawaiian coconut.
Hawaiian cherry.
You think so? Cherry coconut?
Yeah,
that's probably
why
good.
not? I mean, why not take the 2 best?
I'm just surprised that
hazelnut.
And see what
I
happens.
Right? Yeah.
Because hazelnut used to be.
Hazelnut is number 3.
Yeah,
but see, hazelnut for me is because it's common at like every coffee company who does flavored coffee does a hazelnut, right?
Yeah.
Hazelnut is actually the number 1 selling flavored coffee, which is weird to me because all of us girls will tell you we don't care for hazelnut. It's not our favorite. Vanilla is another one that is very like prominent across the board. You can get a vanilla flavor anywhere. For us, it's actually probably our least selling flavor because we just have so many other flavor forward flavors.
Well, and that's what I wonder if it was one of the few only options back in the day. And now that there's you know all these cool options, that there are people who got accustomed to it and they're like, nah, I've been drinking hazelnut for 20 years. Like that's my go-to.
For sure.
But people are getting away from it.
Well, and if we ever get a complaint for someone who doesn't care for a flavor, it's usually like they may have gotten a Michigan cherry and like a vanilla in one, right? You're picking one very flavor forward, like, you know, kind of impactful flavor with a really mild flavor. So you might be expecting that French vanilla to be but it's not, it's just more subtle. So if you like a more subtle flavor, that would be your, you know, butter pecans, your creme brulees, your French vanillas, sea salt caramel even. And then if you want more of a punch in your mouth, cherry vanilla, Michigan cherry, I'll say black cherry, Hawaiian coconut, all of that. No, there's no protein. Hi, Gregory. That's my friend. He messaged me and said that he watches on TikTok. And we never comment on TikTok, but it's because we only see the stream over here. And I said, man, you join us and watch us ramble for 45 minutes. He's like, it's like about Seinfeld about nothing. And I'm like, you're right, buddy, it is. And then we had some guys visit us from the Flint water pollution station. They come in all the time. And they said that they watch our live and he told his employees to watch this to learn about coffee. And I said, oh, bless your heart. You didn't learn anything, did you? We just rambled for 45 minutes. But, you know, thank you.
Eric. Yeah.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. It's nice seeing all these new faces today, too. And some of our old ones.
100%.
Okay, guys. Well, I've got to make about 25 baskets for an order. So I guess it's time we sign off and go on with our day. But remember to vote in your bracket.
Yep.
Remember, Mondays are a huge sale. So have your carts locked and loaded. Gregory, get yourself some hazelnut or I'll send you some down to Florida. He's my buddy. I send coffee to. Cool. But yeah, okay. Other than that, thanks for joining me, guys.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Have a good rest of your day.
Comment your favorite flavor combos.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy the coffee.
And you know what we'll do next time I have you guys? We'll do pairings. We'll do like, you know, chocolate and coconut and other stuff and see what we think.